Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome back. Hope you're having a fantastic day. You know, there is a trend, a phenomenon that occurs, and it's most prevalent in politics and in advertising companies. I'm not going to get into the politics, but let me just explain how it works. It's whatever entity, whatever is trying to sell you something or trying to make you believe something for whatever reason, in many different aspects of life. They coin phrases. They call things by a certain name that implies something they want you to believe. I can give you 100 examples, political ones, but we're not going to discuss politics on this channel. You can watch my other channel for political discussion. This is a game. We're going to stick to World of Tanks here. But you know what I mean. You have a name of something that's repeated and something's referred to by that name, and then you invariably repeat it, and it has certain words that mean certain things, and in your mind you associate, well, those words mean this, so what I'm saying must mean, it sways your thinking just by the way or what something is called. And so I'm going to coin a new phrase here. I did this years ago, right? When WarGaming was trying to screw us all. We had all bought preferential matchmaking premium tanks back in the day when you could do that to make credits. You buy the IS-6, the KV-5, Super Pershing. And then WarGaming had the idea that, well, we're just gonna change all those tanks. They're not gonna get preferential matchmaking anymore. They're gonna just face tier 10s now. And they came up with a plan. They said, we're going to change them slightly and then you'll get into normal matchmaking. But if you don't like them anymore, you can trade them in. You can exchange them for something else. But to do that, you'll have to spend gold. You'll have to give us gold. They called this the exchange program. And I renamed it. I called it the Russian refund. They were trying to convince us to nerf all the tanks that we had bought, but said it's okay, you can trade them in for some different premium tank, as long as you give us more gold. What kind of a deal is that? That's the exchange program. No, it's not. It's a Russian refund. I coined that phrase. Hashtag Russian refund. Trended. They had to back down. All the other CCs laughed, made content on it. Which brings me to the next one, what I just said, CCs. What are they called? They're called community contributors. Why are they called community contributors? Well, because WarGaming told us that that's what they are. They contribute for the community. But as we've seen lately, and I just did a video on this, it's got a lot of views, and I gotta appreciate all your feedback in my video that I just did the other day, where what's it entitled? All the CCs are cowards. I should have called it, all the WCs are cowards. Because we're going to coin a new phrase here today. They're not CCs. They're not community contributors. They're WarGaming contributors. They contribute for WarGaming. There was one contributor who, when the tiered loot box system, the gambling was introduced, the tiered loot boxes, there was one contributor who did a video for the community. He did a community contributing video where he said, this is BS, this is gambling, and I'm not going to do any content that features the rewards you can get for this ridiculous gambling WarGaming is trying to impose, test on us, and if it's successful, they're going to use this gambling model in the future, and you're going to see these a lot. And I don't agree with this. Even though WarGaming, the typical thing is we're going to introduce something new like this tiered loot box system. And then the word goes out, these are the rewards. All right, all you community contributors. You can make content on this now to be good for your channel. Promote this stuff. Sounds like WarGaming contributing to me. Well, one of them said, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be a community contributor. I'm going to do a video. I'm going to say, I'm not going to do any videos on those. He contributed to the community and he was booted out. Because of his refusal to make content on that stuff, and the fact that the community was dead set, or they could see right through the scam of, you know, trying to introduce blatant gambling. How much could you end up paying for one of those, for one of the rewards? And if this model succeeded, how much future BS gambling things would end up in the game? Like some games have these things embedded in the game, right? And you got to remember that this game now has reached its cash cow stage. It's like an S curve, right? I was big into the game when it was on the up, the incline, when it went from the beginnings and had its exponential rise. More and more people joining, excitement, new content, fun. With the focus on game balance and gaming experience. It went up, and now it's flattened off. It's an S curve. Now, there's very few new players joining. The player base is not increasing. The players that are playing have been playing the game for a long time. You have a garage full of stuff that you believe you own, which you don't. It's just pixels in the garage. And it's the old human way of thinking. Well, I've invested this much. I spent so much on it. You know, I can't give up now. Can't try something else. I've got thousands of dollars worth of pixels in my tent, in my garage. But the point is, it's a cash cow now, right? WarGaming is going to try everything in their power to cha-ching as much as they suck as much as they can out of the whales that are still funding their profits, because there's not a lot of new. It's not on the. It's a natural. It's not just WarGaming. It's just a natural progression of games. You reach a certain point, and then you're a cash cow. There's a lot of corporations and companies that's the case. World of Tanks is at that stage now. It's a cash cow, and WarGaming was trying to introduce a new way of making a lot of money, and that was by introducing gambling into the game. And I'm going to propose something to you. Now, I know that the community was dead set against it and rejected it. And that's why most of you that watch my video, you, the viewers, the community, the World of Tanks community, you thumbs did up and you agreed with IUXN's position that, no, I'm not making any content. Now, this is BS. With it, he took a moral stance. Whether you disagree with other things he's done in his past, that's irrelevant. But you agreed with that. And it was only because he said no that the other WCs fell in line. And I'm gonna, you know the butterfly effect, right? If a butterfly goes like this, moves some molecules of air, so when a bee flies by, woo, the bee moves about a foot off its path, which means that blue jay that was swooping down here was able to catch that bee. Feel good, I've had a bee for lunch. I don't have to go search for more insects over there where that cat was waiting to eat the blue jay. And on and on and on. The butterfly effect permeates out, and next thing you know, we're curing cancer or something. Just because of one butterfly. You know, so if the community was on the fence with this tiered loot box thing, and if the community was, well, I don't know, is it a good idea? It's not that big a jump from the Christmas loot boxes. If the community was je ne sais quoi, and WarGaming just gave the marching orders to all the WCs, new loot boxes coming, these are the things, get out and promote this, and all of them just promoted it, like good WCs. And that was what was presented to the community. If the community was kind of in the, oh, look, these look like really good tanks. Wow, did you see the game the baby had on this tank? He got over 8,000. That was over 3,000 plus W&8 he got on that. If the WCs created excitement for this product, it might have been that a lot of the community accepted it. There might have been some that said, no, that's gambling. But some would have said, yeah, I want, the excitement. And then people buy these things. And WarGaming just looks at the spreadsheet and says, well, it's been in 2 weeks, we had these tiered loot boxes out, and we made $37.6 million. It was a success. These are the next 6 tiered loot box products that we're going to introduce over the next 2 years. The butterfly effect. It could have went a whole different way. But one butterfly did this. IUXN said no. This is BS. This is gambling. I'm not doing video on this. And all the other the WC said, oh, the community agrees with them. Now they're leaving comments on my channel. I don't want to. Okay, we won't do any either. Like good little WCs. IUXN was a CC when he refused to endorse the tiered loot boxes. He was a community contributor. All the other ones were WCs. That's my new coin phrase now. Hashtag WC. Hashtag WC it everywhere. WarGaming should change the page on your website. The CC page. Change it. It's the WC page. It's another one of those little acronyms or those little names that make us believe, oh, these are community contributors. They're contributing to the community by making content. No, they're not. They're contributing to WarGaming. Whatever WarGaming says they want promoted, the WCs promoted. And IUXN refused, and he's out of there. He's a CC in my books. So I'm good at coining phrases. A Russian refund, the biggest asshole. Call it what it is, right? No BS. Like this game. Call it what it is. Look what's happening here. We haven't even noticed the game. This is World of Tanks. See? You see? You see? Klaus Kellerman is always right. And what you just witnessed in the last 5 seconds of this game, which I did not know was going to happen. I watch these games live with you guys. Somehow it always intertwines and interfingers and comes out as one polished package. What you just witnessed in the last 10 seconds of that game summarizes World of Tanks in a nutshell. But that's the new phrase, WCs. And because we get tricked by names, right? The only name we're not tricked by is, Quickie Baby is exactly what he put in his name. He's a baby. But community contributor? I think not. WarGaming contributor. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. Leave your comments. Let me have it in the comment section. And I will forever drop this this drama because it's, but I want to just do coin the correct phrase for those of you who are a little bit butthurt about the whole thing. You can call it what it is, right? WCs. I'll catch you on the next one.